Here's a few awesome exercises you can do without your poles to get you in a more balanced position on your ski. So these exercises are looking at upper and lower body separation, so you can improve your balance on your edges and be able to ski the steeps, the ice in more control and a little easier. The first one we're going to do is outside hand on your hip, inside hand out in front. Now you want that inside hand so you can see it. So it should be in eyesight, not down here, but here. With your hand on your hip, you're pushing that hip over to create separation between your lower and your upper body. And this is happening on the outside of your turn. This is on your inside. So this is inside hand, outside hand. I'll do a demo for you here. So turning left on my right hip, turning right on my left hip. And this is really helping create that separation between the upper and the lower body. And you can really try to feel that with that hand on the hip, that you're pushing that hip over. And when you're in that position, it stops you from being here where you've lost balance and control of the skis. And it keeps you here where you can balance on that edge and stay in control with that hand pushing the hip over and that inside hand up and in front. Now the next one we're going to here is to get you in a nice stance and athletic position. And it's called the Genie. So we're gonna have one hand across here, one hand across it, elbows in front. And this puts you in a really strong position while challenging your balance and challenging you to stay balanced when you're turning. So hands here, elbows in front, slightly rounded back, feeling some shin pressure to engage the front of the ski and trying to stay balanced while turning. Now an extra pointer with this can be to push your elbow down on the outside of the turn, and that again will help with that separation between the upper and the lower body by driving the outside elbow down from turn to turn. And the next one we will do is boot touches. So it's hands in front, just touching the outside of your boot. You don't have to go all the way down, but just to the side of the knee is fine, or just the top of the boot. So we're trying to reach down, touch the outside leg on the outside when you're starting to face down the hill. So turning this way, I'm going to be touching this boot. Turning this way, I'm going to be touching this boot. Now let's try it with some parallel turns. So here, touching the boot. Here. Now we go a little higher speed. And again, ultimately these exercises are just helping you to balance better when you're on a steep or the edge angle is a little higher. So you're creating that separation with the upper and lower body to counter what's going on below to balance on that edge.